Hi everyone, we're in the next video about finding real zeros with the TI-84. Now I know you guys already know how to find real zeros in more complicated functions, because that's one of the topics you learned in college algebra, which we're also going to review in a later section. But one thing you may not know is how to find this with a calculator, because, well, not all zeros are going to be integers or rational numbers. So I've already punched in a function, as you can see, x cubed plus 3x squared minus 15, and we're going to find the real zeros. And you're going to notice that while the option we're going to use has changed, the way we're going to find it is going to be very similar to how we were intersecting two graphs. So let's first graph this function, and notice that we're going to get a kind of just part of the graph right here. So what we want to do is see if this is going to cross anywhere other than here, because we're going to want to find all the zeros, not just this particular one. So I've already played around with this a little bit and have decided that a good viewing window is x is going to be from 10 to 10 or negative 10 to 10, and I'm going to let y be from negative 50 to 50, and I'm going to regraph this, and notice that I have a nice cubic function. Just a reminder, or if you didn't know, if you have a turnaround point like this or a peak like this without crossing the x-axis, so this peak is completely below the x-axis, or if you have one that's completely above the x-axis, so something like this, that means you have a pair of complex roots. So I know then that this is the only real one, because for cubic equations you can either have three real roots or a pair of complex roots and one real root, and this is what the pair of complex roots would look like. It's just this kind of hump in space. So we just have this one real zero here, and we need to figure out its value. So we're going to go to second calculate, which is on the trace button, and we're going to go to 0 and select that. So you can either go down and hit enter or just hit the number 2. And this works like the intersect command, except instead of selecting y1 and y2, we're going to select some value to the left of our 0, which is our left bound. So any left bound will do, so I'll hit enter there, and notice it puts on the newer calculator, so put a vertical line. The older ones it will not. And then we'll go to the right, and just now we're above the x-axis, so we've crossed it, and I'm hit enter again, and notice that it puts another line in. And then we have to guess, so then we have to get this as close to the 0 as possible. I guess that's the closest, and you hit enter, and notice that our 0 is going to be at 1.7727975, and so that is our 0, and so our x-intercept is then 1.77 comma 0. Alright, thank you for watching this video. The next one is going to be about finding domain and range from a graph.